Okay, are we about ready to shoot?
All right.
Oh, sorry, I just thought it would be, like bigger.
Well, it's not about the size. It's how you use it, and I definitely know how to use it.
I don't know how to say this. I don't know if it's gonna get us like all the way there.
Well, I can get all sorts of different types of angles. I can get into all the right places, the tight spaces, spots you didn't even know you wanted. Oh, I can also get high. I can get low. I can, get upside down if you want. What's up?
Now that's more like it.
Is that real? Yeah. I've only ever seen that on the internet. Why is it the case that every single time you do a photo shoot or a video shoot, there's always a lesson to be learned? You're like, on the next shoot, I'm going to pack more batteries. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get a monitor to make sure I always nail the focus. And I've been doing this for 10 years, and every single time and every single week is a new lesson. We decided we should build a camera rig so that we can avoid any future problems on set. So in this video, I'm going to take you from this camera setup right here all the way to our final setup that is versatile, that will give you wireless video, endless battery, it will help you nail focus and everything in between. And I'm going to show you that here today. Now, this camera rig is built off of the backbones of Caleb Pike's The Perfect Camera, but we've made a few tweaks, we made a few adjustments to it to fit our needs, to make it more perfect for our needs. And I think you'll be quite impressed to see how well this setup does on a shoulder rig, on a tripod, and on a gimbal, because you can put it on all those things. And I'll show you that at the end of the video. So let's get started. So let's start with the camera. We will be using the Lumix S5 here, which this camera right out of the box just looks amazing, even with a kit lens. But for this video, when you start building upon it, you really get to utilize all the features that are built into it to really maximize its potential. Now, on top of it, it's got incredible IBIS in this camera. So once we start adding accessories, extra weight, it's going to really make those handheld shots look absolutely cinematic and incredible. And on top of it, it's got a beautiful image and color science. So the final shots and images out of this camera just look chef's kiss. So let's start building out this rig. So we're going to add a cage to our camera over here, and then we're going to add a left hand wooden handle. We're also going to have a top handle on this. And essentially this cage is the backbone to everything. We need this to be able to build this actual camera setup. This gives us multiple threading points as well as 5 cold shoe mounts. Up next, we're going to be adding a small rig base plate here so that we can mount rails onto it. On top of it, we're also going to be adding a quick release plate system that is Arca Swiss. Now, this may sound like an extra step by adding this quick release system here, but the reason why I did that is because now you can easily take the camera off. This allows you to be able to go and take photos or be able to pare it down should you need to be a little bit more nimble. Next, we're going to attach our rods to our base plate. So I have an 8-inch 15mm rod here and a 4-inch rod. And the reason why I have 2 different sizes is because on the left side, we're going to add our 8-inch rod. We're going to have an extension just out of the back so we can attach a few other pieces to it, which I'll get to later. And it also allows us to add a wireless follow focus or follow focus if you need it. We're going to add the 4-inch rod on the back here, extending out so that we can attach our power distribution, which I'll get to in a quick second here. But the reason why I wanted this to not have the extension out to mount anything is because, number one, it allows us to have access to our quick release system right here, but also it gives us a nice area to put our hand so that we're gripping to be able to pull focus, which in my personal preference, I like having that option. More points of contact means more stable footage. So Caleb Pike found this really amazing battery plate from Neatsy. I got the option that allows you to mount it to the rails here. Essentially what this allows you to do is mount a small V-mount battery to it, and then it gives you access to 2 D-tap and 2 DC power options, which we essentially can power this entire camera setup with just this battery plate. To power our whole setup, we will be using the CameTV mini V-mount batteries right here. These things are awesome. They are so affordable, and they give you access to 1 more D-tap option, which you can utilize if you need to add anything else to the setup outside of what we're suggesting here. All right, so to power our camera, essentially what we're going to be doing is adding a dummy battery. So I got the D-tap dummy battery for my Lumix S5 from Condor Blue. So we just open up our battery door, insert our dummy battery right here. Why do I never put things in the right way the first time?
That's what she said.
Also, you just connect the D-tap there. You can just hide the cable here to the side, which is actually pretty nice. I just added a little tie there. Boom, we turn it on. Is it going to turn on? No memory card. Avoid that. Look, image, power from the V-mount. How cool is that? Very quick step here. We will be adding the dovetail or sliding plate from our gimbal to the bottom of our setup so it's universal across our tripod, our gimbal, and our shoulder rig. All right, so up next, we will be attaching a monitor to this setup. Now, in this situation, we are using the Atomos Ninja V for a few different reasons. This is a 5-inch super bright nit monitor, which allows us to see in direct sunlight. It gives us false color. It gives us histograms. It gives us all the things to be able to expose and get our shots focused properly. And if you attach this SSD to the back here, when you pair it with the Lumix S5, it allows you to shoot 6K RAW, which makes this whole setup a powerhouse cinema beast. And on top of it, the monitor also allows us to add LUTs to it and to be able to monitor with our Vlog color profiles. Okay, so you might have noticed these little nubbins here on the monitor. That's not how it comes. These are the Hawk Lock. Now, watch this because this is so awesome. I have this small rig Hawk Lock, which might be my favorite thing that's ever existed in the world in terms of camera accessories. You just slide it right here on the base plate. It's got its safety lock right there. And check this out. You just tighten this down. Are you ready for it? You ready for it? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Hawk Lock. Also, this specific monitor mount allows you to tilt and rotate your monitor so easy. If you don't buy anything from this, buy that. Even if you don't have the setup, it's my favorite tool. Just look at it. Use it as a paperweight. Now, normally monitors chug a lot of battery, and like I mentioned before, we're gonna have everything run off of this V-mount battery. So to be able to do that, Atomos makes this little dummy battery right here, which just plugs right into the back, and it has a DC power cable. So where is that? I have it somewhere here. I'm gonna knock my whole setup. Where'd I put it? I put it in my back pocket. You ever had that where like, where are my glasses? And they're on your head? That's me all the time. Is that a nice centered shot there? I'm gonna show you how nice this is once you turn it on. Did you know that Storyblocks is an all-in-one platform that allows you to tell whatever story you want when you want to? Is this like a preloaded video? Now, if you guys are fans of this channel, you know that we love doing sketch comedy, and having establishing shots that we can put at the beginning of those sketches really makes a difference and helps set the tone. So if you want unlimited downloads to over 1 million royalty-free digital assets, such as high-quality footage, music, sound effects, illustrations, and graphics with our unlimited all-access plan, means that you can tell whatever story you want when you want to. Even if that story is like, you're trapped in a monitor. Oh, wow. What a creative way to put in a Storyblocks sponsorship. We also used a bunch of their templates and callouts in this video here. So head over to storyblocks.com/Chris Howe to check out all their flexible subscription plans. It's still on. I will also leave a link in the description. By clicking on that link, you are supporting this channel, and it actually makes a difference. How long of an ad is this? Storyblocks, thank you so much for sponsoring this channel on a regular basis. We love your products, and I hope everyone who's on the opposite side of this camera will love their products too. Now, one of the things I wanted to throw on this setup that kind of changed it up from Caleb's setup is adding a wireless video transmitter. Giving a wireless video transmission signal to your client just means that they have more chances to give approvals on set, which will save time for you and speed up your whole entire process, which will save you money. And you can actually charge more for that experience because they feel like they're more in control of the entire shoot. So let's add the Hollyland 300 Pro wireless video transmitter. We have the little cold shoe mount here that we can actually attach to the back. You connect it right to that top handle there. And to power this unit so that you're not relying on NPF batteries, we actually have another dummy battery. This is the Zitte NPF 550 dummy battery with D-tab. Try saying that 5 times fast. That is so complicated. You just find your D-tap connection here, and we have our battery connection. Boom. Now you got wireless video transmission, and it's all powered off the same battery. All right, so you always need a good audio solution with a camera rig like this. In our situation, we will be using the Rode Wireless Go 2 setup. I love this for a few reasons. Number one, it has a safety recording. Plus, this hides really, really nicely just right here on the hot shoe mount of the camera. Boom, completely out of the way. You still have room for your hand to slide underneath. Now, if you don't want to use that and you actually want to use XLR audio, what you can do is get your Zoom H6N or H4N and connect it to the hot shoe mount of the small rig top handle here. Now, additionally, let's say you don't have an H6N and you have one of the setups here. This is the native audio XLR unit that comes with the S5. So we can actually just slide that out of the way and we can connect that to the top here. Now you have XLR audio on your setup. How dope is that? This is big boy Lego and it's so fun to build. So as you can see, our setup is fairly well balanced here, which is really important when you're shooting. You don't want it to be too back heavy or top heavy. Now you always want to make sure that you're gonna get the best image and most versatile image for your client or whatever shoot that you're on. You want to have options for filters. Now the setup that we like to use is Polar Pro's Basecamp, and there's a few reasons why I like this. Number one, it's super light. It's 298 grams, which means that when you put this setup on a gimbal, it's not going to throw it off. Number 2, you can stack filters. You can put a mist filter with a VND filter. And the third and most important option is you buy one of these filters and you can put it on any single lens that you want. And I know what you're thinking right now.
My circular polarizers, I can put them on any lens and use little step down rings.
No, you can't, because if you use a smaller setup or a smaller lens, you can't put your lens hood back on. But with this entire setup, you always have a lens hood. You always have the most control over your image. That's why I love it. Look at that. Oh, it's so satisfying to look at. Okay, so this is our final rig. This is the core rig, but let me show what you can do with it. I'm so excited about this part. I've been waiting for the entire video just to do this. Watch, we can throw this on a shoulder rig so easy. So we have the Polar Pro pivot right here, which is really, really awesome. So you just press all these buttons here to quickly throw it into shooting mode. Now check this out. Remember those hawk locks from earlier? All you do is disconnect. Oh, wait, what's he doing? Is he throwing that on the monitor arm there? Is that just connected? And then look at this. To put it down, grab the top, press the little buttons here to lock it, and now it can just stand like that. Oh, 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 oh. I love it. Now remember we were talking about that dovetail plate? It works really, really nice with the Manfrotto 509 HD head. Now the reason why I have a beefier head like this setup is because this is a little bit heavier now. So you want to make sure you have a tripod that can handle it. So this is the tripod setup I like. 509 HD head as well as the 645 legs. You can just slide it right on the top here. Loosen this if you want. And now you can get tilts, pans. It's great. It's a tripod. Okay, this part legit blew my mind that it worked, and I'm so impressed by it. So check this out. We're gonna prep our camera to go on a gimbal. Yes, this big setup can go on a gimbal as long as it can handle the weight. Just double check whatever gimbal that you're using can handle the weight of whatever your final setup is going to be. We got our arm here at the back. We got another little arm for the monitor. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take off the wireless video transmitter, connected to the back here. We're going to take our monitor off, connected right there. Then we're going to put our camera on the gimbal. And let's turn on our gimbal. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The gimbal's working. And look at that clearance. You got clearance right up into the top there. You got your monitor so you can see the shot. I'm so excited. One battery. Goes on everything. It's the perfect camera. It really is the perfect camera setup, the Perfect-Couture one. If you guys like this video, please press like. It actually makes a difference. Subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for future videos. Let me know if there's anything else that you think this camera setup should have had or anywhere else I should test it. And I'll most definitely see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you Storybox for sponsoring this channel. We love you. I love you. I know which camera to look at. There's no little light. I'm going to go play with this. I'm excited. Here we go.